Hello, third grade, and welcome to lesson 4-2. For this lesson, we're going to be using multiplication to divide with the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what you guys need to remember are your multiplication facts for those different numbers. So what are your 2 times tables, your 3 times tables, your 4 times tables, your 5 times tables? And you're going to use those facts to help you divide. So let's go ahead and take a look at our short video.
What multiplication fact can you use? Think about this question during the lesson. Why are you able to use multiplication to help you divide? Multiplication can help you divide because division is the opposite of multiplication. When you multiply, you combine equal groups to find the total. When you divide, you separate the total into equal groups. D has 14 noisemakers. She puts the same number on each of 2 tables. How many will be on each table? Let's use multiplication to help you think. 2 times what number is 14? Now that you have found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? D puts 7 noisemakers on each table. D has 40 stickers. She puts 5 stickers on each bag. How many bags can she decorate? What should you think? What number times 5 is 40? Now that you've found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? D can decorate 8 bags. What other operation could you use to solve this problem? You could use subtraction. You could subtract 5 from 40 8 times. D wants to put 15 cups in 3 stacks on the table. How many cups will she put in each stack? 3 times what number is 15? Now that you've found the multiplication sentence, what is the division sentence? D will put 5 cups in each stack. How could you draw an array to help you solve this problem? You could draw an array of 15 cups in 3 equal stacks. You now know how to use the fact families for 2, 3, and 5.
All right, now that we have gone through our short video lesson, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our notes for today. Now for our notes, we're starting lesson 4-2, use multiplication to divide with 2, 3, 4, and 5. So use the multiplication facts that you know to help you divide. So what I did over here on the page is I wrote my multiplication facts for 2, 3, and 4. I know that you guys already know how to skip count by 5s, so I didn't write in the multiplications for 5. So you know 2 times 1 is 2. 2 divided by 1 is also equal to 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is going to be equal to 2. So it almost looks like you're reading it backwards. So look at your digits here. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2. 2, 3, 6, 6, 3, 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. They are inverses of each other. They are opposites. And this holds true for all of the facts, no matter which digits you're working on. Now, you can write a division sentence two different ways. The way that you've seen it so far looks like this. You have a number, your whole number, or remember, that's called your dividend. That's your division symbol. So your dividend, 6 over here, divided by your divisor, which is 3. So 6 divided by 3, or 6, when you break it into 3 equal groups, is equal to 2. And 2 over here is our quotient. We call the answer to a division sentence a quotient. Now you can also write it a different way. You can write it this way, where you have, this is your division bridge right here, right? And it functions as your division sign. Your dividend, your whole number that you're going to break apart, is going to go under that bridge. Outside of the bridge is going to be your divisor, and then your quotient or your answer is going to end up on top. So again, remember, the dividend is the total number that you want to divide. It's your big number, the number that you want to break apart. Here we have our division symbol. Our divisor, remember, is what you're going to divide your total by. So are you going to divide it into 3s? Are you going to divide it into 5s? Are you going to divide it into 8s? Whatever number you have over there, that's your divisor. And it's going to equal your quotient or your answer. So again, here is our division bridge over here. We have our dividend goes under the bridge, our whole number. The divisor, what we're breaking it apart into by how much, goes outside, and your quotient or your answer is going to go on top. So your division bridge over here functions, or its job is basically to be your division symbol. Now remember your fact families, just like we were working with numbers up here. Your fact families give you all of the answers, and they're opposites of each other. They use multiplication and division. So 2 times 8 is 16. 16 divided by 8 is 2. It's basically reading your number backwards, because an inverse is an opposite. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Over here, 2 times 8 is 16. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Now, another thing we also need to remember, multiplication and division, again, are opposites. When you multiply, you put numbers into equal groups, right? You're put together equal groups to find your answer. When you divide, you're breaking your whole number into equal groups. So over here, you put numbers in equal groups together. Yeah, that. Now, when you're dividing, you may not know the quotient. You may not know the answer. Remember, one of our strategies for division is to use repeated subtraction. So you can use repeated subtraction to multiply. Or sorry, to divide. Now, if I give you, for example, 15 divided by 3 equals a number, and I don't know what that number is. So I'm going to take 15, and I'm going to take out groups of 3 at a time. So 15 take away 3 is equal to 12. 12 take away 3 is equal to 9. 9 take away 3 is equal to 6. 6 take away 3 is equal to 3. And then 3 take away 3 is equal to 0. And then I count how many times was I able to do that repeated subtraction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I know that 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. I was able to take out groups of 3 5 times. This works for any of your subtractions, even if you have a smaller number. So if you have, for example, 16 divided by 4 equals a mystery number, you'll do the same exact process. You'll start with your whole number, and you take away that divisor. So your dividend minus your divisor over and over and over again. So 16 minus 4 is 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. And then 4 minus 4 is 0. So how many times were we able to do our repeated subtraction? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So over here, we know that our quotient is going to be 4. So let's go ahead and take a look at our guided practice questions. Make my line. And then we'll jump into our guided practice. Please make sure anytime you guys come across word problems, please annotate your questions like we talked about in class. Put a circle around your numbers, underline the question part, underline any important information, things that make it easy for you to go back and find the information that you need. Now for number 1, it says, how can 5 times 3 equals 15 help you divide 15 by 3? So if you know 5 times 3 is equal to 15, how can it help you figure out what 15 divided by 3 is equal to? Well, we know these numbers are related facts and they're part of a fact family. So if I have my 3 and my 5 and my 15, because I have it from this one, and I know this is true, that means 15 divided by 3 is going to be equal to 5. It also means that 15 divided by 5 will be equal to 3. It also means 3 times 5 is going to equal 15. They're all related facts. Now for number 2, it says Mr. Dean has 3 children, so make sure you circle 3 children. He buys 30 pencils to share equally among his children. So circle 30 pencils to share equally among his children for the school year. How many pencils will each child get? Write the answer and the fact family that you used. So they're asking you to do more than one thing. You're going to underline both of those things. The first part says, how many pencils will each get? And write the fact family. So we know we have 30 pencils that he wants to divide equally between his 3 children. Now we know that our fact family here is going to have 30 and 3. Now I know, because I know my facts, 3 times what number is equal to 30? I know that 3 times 10 is equal to 30. So if I know that 30 divided, that tells me that 30 divided by 3 is going to be equal to 10. Now, if I'm going to write the other facts that are related, 30 divided by 10 is going to be equal to 3, right? Now for our multiplication facts, 3 times 10 is equal to 30. And 10 times 3 is also going to be equal to 30. So I found out how much it was, how many pencils each child is going to get. If I wanted to use repeated subtraction, I could have done that. I could have done 30 take away 3 as many times as I could until I got to 0, and I would have found out that my answer would have been 10 that way as well. Now for numbers 3 and 4, it says complete each fact family. So let's go ahead and start with that one. So they gave you one multiplication fact, you needed to find the other, or they gave you one division fact and you needed to find the other. Let's take a look at number 3. They told you that 3 times 6 is equal to 18. Now you know from your commutative property that you can switch those factors. So you also know that 6 times 3 is equal to 18. And they told you that 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. So you know that also means that 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. And again, feel free to draw your fact family. It makes it more visual. It makes it easy for you to see the numbers. So over here, if we look at it, 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So you have, whenever your numbers are all different, you're going to have 4 facts. All right, number 4, you have 9 times 4 is equal to 36. And 36 divided by 4 is equal to 9. So we have to come up with the other two facts. So again, draw it out so you have something visual, you have something to look at. 4, 9, and 36. So if I know 9 times 4 is 36, that means 4 times 9 is also going to be equal to 36. I know that because it's part of the fact family, and I know that because of my commutative property that says I can switch my factors around. So 4 times 9 is equal to 36. Now, if I know that 36 divided by 4 is equal to 9, I also know that 36 divided by 9 will be equal to 4. Again, use your fact families, draw it out, use what you know about the commutative property for multiplication to figure out how to switch those numbers around. Now for numbers 5 through 8, it says find each quotient. Now remember, the quotient is the answer to a subtraction problem. So all we're doing is we're going to solve. So for number 5, it says 36 divided by 4. Now I already know that from this last question over here. 36 divided by 4 we know is equal to 9. Part of that fact family. For number 6, it says a number is equal to 15 divided by 5. So 15 broken up into 5 groups. Or you can think about 5 times what is equal to 15. So I know from my 5 facts that 5 times 3 is equal to 15. So 15 divided by 5 will be equal to 3. You can make your little fact family pyramid over here. 15, 5, 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So don't worry when they switch up the order like this. They're telling you that something is equal to whatever you get when you do this. So this is the answer to whatever you're doing over here. For number 7, they wrote it up for you a little bit differently. So remember, they made the bridge and they told you that 18 divided by 2, that's how you read it. 18 divided by 2 is equal to what? So if you have 18 and you split it into 2 equal groups, we can go back and take a look at our facts over here because we wrote them. 18 or 2 times what is equal to 18? So we know we have 18 and we have 2, so we have to find our last fact, and our last fact over here is 9. So we know that 18 divided by 2 is equal to 9. Again, feel free to make your fact family. Here's your 18, here's your 2, and here's your 9. So you know that 18 divided by 2 is 9, 18 divided by 9 is 2, 2 times 9 is 18, 9 times 2 is also equal to 18. And let's take a look at our last one, number 8. Number 8, again, is written the same way with our division bridge. So we have 50 divided by 5. So 5 times what number is going to give me 50? Or 50 broken up into groups of 5 is going to be how many? Now I know my 5 facts, and I can skip count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I was able to skip count 10 times. So 50 divided by 5 is equal to 10. You can also write it this way if you like. Same thing with this one, you can write it out. These are the same thing. This and this are the same thing. This and this are the same thing. It's just a different way to write it. All right, now that we found our way all the way through our guided practice, we've learned about using repeated subtraction when we need to divide or figure out an answer. We've used our multiplication facts that we know to help us divide. We used our fact family facts to be able to find all the different parts. You guys will go ahead and work on your independent practice. Please do your work very carefully and neatly. Write your answers very neatly. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.